Punishment is dedicated to all of the Catholic priests across the world. If there is truly a hell, then there's a special place in it for these pedophiliacs. I was raised in the Catholic Church. The amount of psychological torture and abuse that I suffered in my youth under the thumb of the church was quite severe. I still live with it, obviously. Needless to say, I have quite a chip on my shoulder when it comes to the Catholic Church. So, with this track, I found myself imagining what that special place in hell might look like. Whenever I listen to this track, I always seem to find myself going back to the same place. I find myself in the middle of a large room, a dungeon, stone walls. Lined up along the walls are crosses with priests spiked to them, moaning, crying out in agony. And I find myself surrounded by hundreds of school children, of all things, like classmates from my youth, the used and abused kids that the church fucked up. They're all there and they're all running around like kids in a toy store, going from priest to priest and carving satanic symbols and prayers into their flesh. Like that sort of thing. They're all laughing and giggling and having a great time, juxtaposed by the agony and the screams of the priests being tortured by them, going on forever and ever. My abuse came from the nuns, my teachers, but I always took notice to the priests' special altar boys. I guess I was fortunate in that department because I wasn't pretty enough. But the nuns especially hated me. But to this day, if I enter a room and discover a nun in my presence, I get instant anxiety and have to leave. To the point of feeling terror, pure fear. I can't be around a nun. Priests, on the other hand, whenever I'm near one, I find myself filling with seething hatred. I literally often feel violent impulses. So naturally, I do my best to avoid the church and its people. Nonetheless, I'm scarred for life. My only real payback has been that I made a career out of it. I guess I took all the pain they delivered to me and turned it into art, really as a matter of survival. So really, in effect, the church made me what I am today, more than anyone else. It's almost like the clergy are Dr. Frankenstein, and I'm the monster they built. I would like nothing better than to see their destruction within my lifetime. But I digress. As I said, the song is about punishing priests. So while the song might be chilled out and soothing, it's a very dark place for me because I feel so much contempt when I hear it. Right now I'm watching an altar boy gut a priest like a fish while stuffing the cavity with fists full of communion hosts. I see a small group of schoolgirls playing jump rope with his large intestine. I always found the church to be the true evil in the world. So much so that I always wished hell really existed, because I knew that's where they would go eventually. And honestly, this is more of a happy place for me, this particular world. The feeling of revenge and retribution and payback and the pleasure I feel watching their suffering go on and on. It's quite satisfying. So, there you have it. My happy place.
I suggest to you that these terms indicate that Jesus Christ is a figment of man's imagination. And that would be nonsensical. Big joke. Punish us. 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 Punish us.